In a secluded valley, where the river flowed with a soft melodic rhythm and the lush green hills stretched toward the sky, a small hut stood at the riverbank. Birds filled the air with songs as sunlight filtered through flowering trees, casting dappled shadows on the ground. Inside the hut, where simplicity and tranquility reigned, two men sat facing one another. One was Agnivesh, a spiritual master known for his deep insights into ancient wisdom. His saffron robe blended with the golden sunlight, and his eyes held the calm stillness of someone who had seen beyond the physical world. The other, Dr. Eric Thompson, a renowned scientist from the University of California, leaned forward in curiosity. He had spent his life unraveling the mysteries of quantum physics and was now on a journey to understand the invisible connections between science and the ancient spiritual teachings he had always found intriguing. Today, their conversation was centered on the law of vibration, a principle that had piqued Eric's scientific mind, yet one that had long been a cornerstone of Agnivesh's spiritual practice. "I've studied vibrations in atoms and energy fields," Eric began. "But there's something deeper I feel I'm missing. In quantum mechanics, we know that everything vibrates at its core. Particles, waves, energy. But how does this law apply to our lives, our thoughts, our existence?" Agnivesh smiled softly, the wrinkles around his eyes deepening as he leaned back, listening to the flow of the river. "You see, Eric, vibration is not just a principle of science, it's a thread that runs through the very fabric of reality. Our ancient texts spoke of this long before modern science uncovered it." He gestured toward the river. "Look at the water. Do you hear how it sings as it flows? That sound is vibration, a frequency. It is a physical manifestation, yes, but it also exists in the non-physical realms. The law of vibration teaches us that everything, from the smallest atom to the vast cosmos, vibrates at its own frequency. This includes our thoughts, emotions, and even the soul." Eric's brows furrowed. "But if everything vibrates, why is it that some things feel more connected than others? Why do people resonate with some and not with others? Is it all just energy aligning?" Agnivesh nodded. "Exactly. Every person, every object, every thought has a unique vibration. The reason you feel more aligned with certain people or experiences is because your vibrations are in harmony. Like how two musical notes can either create harmony or discord, the same is true for vibrations in the universe." "Vibration and consciousness. Fascinating," Eric said, his mind swirling with ideas. "In quantum physics, we often talk about resonance, how particles influence each other even over vast distances, something like quantum entanglement. Does this apply to human consciousness?" "Very much so," Agnivesh replied. "You see, at a spiritual level, consciousness is a frequency that transcends the physical. When you meditate, pray, or focus on your inner self, you are tuning into a higher vibrational frequency. This is why spiritual practices lead to peace, healing, and connection with the universe. You're not just raising your own vibration, but aligning it with the greater vibrational patterns of existence." Eric's eyes brightened. "That reminds me of the observer effect in quantum physics, where the act of observing a particle changes its state. Could it be that by simply becoming aware of our vibration, we can change it? Could this awareness bring us into alignment with the universe?" Agnivesh's eyes twinkled as he smiled. "Yes, and that is one of the greatest truths of the law of vibration. Awareness, or consciousness, is the key. When you become aware of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you can begin to shift them, raising your vibration. This is why ancient teachings emphasize mindfulness, meditation, and love. They are the pathways to higher frequencies. The power of thought and emotion. Eric's curiosity deepened. In scientific terms, we often discuss frequency modulation, adjusting waves to improve signal transmission. Could this idea relate to how we tune our thoughts and emotions? Indeed, Agnivesh said, our thoughts and emotions are like waves. Negative thoughts, anger, fear, jealousy, vibrate at a lower frequency, and they attract similar vibrations into our lives. On the other hand, higher emotions like love, compassion, and joy resonate at higher frequencies and bring harmony. This is why, when people are in a state of love or deep gratitude, they often speak of feeling in sync with the world. In modern psychology, Eric added, we have studies that show how emotions like gratitude and joy can physically alter brain chemistry, affecting our health. Would this be related to the vibrations of the thoughts themselves? Yes, Agnivesh said. Science is beginning to understand what the sages have known for millennia. Everything you think, say, or feel has a vibrational consequence. The higher your vibration, the more you attract positive experiences. This is the essence of manifestation, as the universe responds to the frequencies you emit, bridging the spiritual and scientific. For a moment, silence filled the air, both men lost in thought. The gentle rush of the river seemed to punctuate their pause, as though nature itself was adding to the conversation. Eric spoke again, now more reflective. In science, we often separate the observer from the observed. We think of matter as objective, as something we study from a distance. But the more we delve into quantum physics, the more we realize that we are part of the experiment. We influence the very particles we study. Agnivesh nodded. The ancient seers understood this. They saw the universe as a web of interconnected vibrations, where the observer and the observed are one and the same. The law of vibration reminds us that we are not separate from the world around us. We are both participants and creators in this vibrational dance. The more we understand this, the more aligned we become with our true nature. Eric leaned back, letting the truth of those words sink in. So in a way, science and spirituality are converging. The vibrations that govern the subatomic world are the same as those that shape our thoughts, emotions, and lives. Exactly, Agnivesh said, his voice warm with affirmation. The separation between science and spirituality is an illusion. They are two languages describing the same truth. Just as in science, where we measure frequencies and vibrations, in spirituality we experience them. Both paths lead to the same understanding, that everything in existence is connected, vibrating, and in harmony. The unified field. Eric gazed out at the river, feeling a deep sense of connection with the flow of the water. I've always sought to understand the universe through equations and experiments, but now I see that there is an unquantifiable essence that binds everything together. Agnivesh's voice was soft but filled with conviction. The unified field, as you call it in science, is what we in spirituality call the divine consciousness. It is the ultimate vibration, the frequency from which all other vibrations emerge. To understand the law of vibration is to realize that this field is not separate from us. We are expressions of it. Eric smiled, a new sense of peace washing over him. The more I study science, the more I realize its limitations. There's a beauty in knowing that some truths can only be felt, not measured. Agnivesh nodded, his eyes closing in meditation. That is the wisdom of vibration, my friend. It is both seen and unseen, felt and known. It is the rhythm of life, the heartbeat of the universe, and it connects us all, the symphony of oneness. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the valley, the two men sat in silence. The conversation had moved beyond words. transcending into a shared understanding of existence. The river continued its gentle flow, and in its sound, Eric could now hear something deeper, a resonance, a vibration that connected him, the spiritual master, the trees, the hills, and the stars above. It was the law of vibration in its purest form, a symphony of oneness echoing through the universe, calling all who would listen to remember that they too are part of the music.